Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what are some skinny people problems? You have to sit in the middle seat of the car during long trips. Or in the trunk of a sportsback car. Been there, done that. I'd volunteer as a kid hoping we needed it. Riding in the trunk is some movie kidnapping shit. Never got to do it properly, was always the little brother in the middle instead. Sitting on a harder surface, wooden chair or something, becomes uncomfortable much faster than people realize because there's less padding down there. When I was younger, my older sisters hated that I sat on their laps because my bones hurt them. On the plus side, getting punched is only a Pyrrhic victory for the person who punched you. We fit everywhere. As a construction worker it sucks. LMAO this. I'm always the guy to crawl into, under, over. Oh, just stick your entire arm in this confined space and get your skinny wrists through this hole and then grab the fucking thing. I like being helpful, but goddamn, you get into some nasty spaces. Speaking of, it sounds like you're perfectly qualified to unclog my toilet bare-handed. How much do you charge? Hard to float when I swim. I've lost 80 pounds, and the first time I went swimming again after losing most of the weight I was so confused by this. It had never occurred to me that I was more buoyant when I was heavier. My sister lost 60 pounds a couple years ago. She noticed the same thing when she went swimming. And she also noticed she got a tiny bit shorter. People wanting to do this shit around your wrists. All the time. Not being able to sit on hard surfaces. I lost the padding on my butt and now a bike seat is hell. Have you ever sat on someone's lap just to hear, dude, your ass is so bony it hurts? My ex used to call me knife butt for this exact reason. Cold all the time, give me a blanket PLS. The very first time I tried to diet down to 10% body fat, there were two things people did not prepare me for. 1. Being cold all the time. 2. How much it hurt to walk barefoot. My husband lost over 60 pounds a few years ago and was always complaining he was cold. My 100 pounds ass was like, welcome to my world. It's cold and fuzzy socks are a must. I never sit in a chair like a normal person. Always shifting from side to side because just planted there hurts. Now if you're on a long flight, whoa mama, my lack of buns are hollery. I perch, like a bird or monkey, even in my 50s. I get a certain amount of teasing, especially because I also sort of crouch when outdoors when others are sitting. Mind you, people stop teasing and get jealous when they realize, at 50, I'm in good enough shape it doesn't hurt my knees. Slav squat. Bony shoulders that would be uncomfortable to lean on. One time I did a bro hug with someone I hadn't seen in years and I accidentally stabbed them with my shoulder. Did they survive? I hate admitting this, but before my partner started working out seriously he was very bony and it was always just slightly uncomfortable to rest my head on his shoulder or chest. Really made a huge difference in comfort when he bulked up with a bit of muscle. I never said anything to him either way, though we both tend to the scrawny side, so I know how shitty remarks like that can make you feel. Edit, chill out y'all. I compliment him all the time on how amazing he looks and how much gains he's made. What I don't do is compare how he looks now with how skinny he used to be, or tell him he's easier to cuddle now that he's bulked up. That would be mean and defeat the whole purpose of the compliment. Gonna start doing some push-ups today lol. Putting extra holes into belts. Putting extra holes into belts. Having to invest in a leather hole punch and all to get clean belt holes. My weak nerd arms. Wow, I can make a circle around your arm. Nothing drives me crazier than someone grabbing my wrist. Why do people love to grab skinny wrists? Hard to keep my pants up, I have no butt. I have to wear belt regardless of the pants I'm wearing. I also struggle sitting for long periods of time. Because of my lack of glutes. Bumping into anything hurts 10 times worse, bone doest cushion at all. I had a really skinny co-worker once, he slipped and fell at work and people laughed until he didn't get up. Turns out this 22-year-old guy straight up broke his hip on the floor. This is the litmus test to know if you are old. If you fall and people laugh at you, you are young. If you fall and everyone around you gasps and acts concerned, you are old. Or a poor guy. Hip bone and counters. Oh man, it makes my core hurt. When there's high winds and walking becomes hardcore resistance training. When a large man sneezes near my umbrella I turn into Mary Poppins. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Sit-ups. The way my spine rolls against a hard surface, I just can't. I need to be on a carpet to do sit-ups. Fuck, that's a skinny thing. I have never not been skinny, so I have always just been under the impression that sit-ups just hurt. That's why I always prefer crunches. They both work your core more and hurt less. The one problem that drives me nuts is that people assume skinny equals fit. I work out and exercise / play sports a lot, but when I tell people that, they think I'm weird for working out when I'm already skinny. Also other way around. I'm skinny as hell but also super out of shape. Being skinny does not equal fit. Same. When talking about wanting to get back into exercising, one friend would always say, "But you're already fit." And I'd have to be like, "No. I'm skinny. Skinny and fit are not the same thing. Did you hear me after walking up the stairs? I'm winded. That's not fit." I started working out and going on runs so I could at least stay in shape. Every time I mentioned this to anyone they'd immediately be like, "Why? You're already too skinny to be losing weight." I don't bother explaining anything to them anymore. I'm short and skinny, 5'4" to 11.5 pounds. I've been hitting the gym hard to get some lean muscle going. My roommates are poking fun hard and it's annoying as hell. Clothes don't fit as well as you think. I'm also tall, so trying to find pants that fit is a nightmare. Trying to find a 28 waist, 34 length is near impossible for me. So to get the length I want I have to get the larger waistband all crinkled up under a belt, and the pants still fall down constantly because I've got no hips or ass for the belt to hold onto. It's a pain to search for slim cut dress shirts. My problem is the slim cut doest fit me well because my rib cage extends out more than average and is tight around my back. But then I am swimming around in a classic cut in the arms especially. People commenting on your weight all of the time. Easily cold. Painful to lie in the bath. High risk of pressure sores. Yes. People feel like it's okay to say the most ridiculous stuff to you. Seriously, like, "I'm not starving, I'm just not hungry, leave me alone, Aunt Susan." People commenting on your weight all of the time. I can sort of relative to this, but my problem is more that people tend to not take me seriously because I'm both short and skinny. Even though I'm 28, people mistake me for being like 16 to 19 most of the times, and they aren't even joking or being nice. I was recently asked if I am a freshman at the nearby high school. I am 32. I was carrying my 1-year-old at the time. Boots never fitting in the legs. Stuart Whitesmar has thin boots. A little pricey but so worth it. Edit, these are very expensive women's boots. Leaning your head on my shoulder probably feels like leaning on a jagged rock. Reminder for you all to consume more calcium so your skeleton doesn't try to escape. This is a message brought to you by /r/ever-brokeabo. Haha, this is like hugging my skinny mother. I want quality hugging time with her but oh, so bony. I will add here that her skinny person problem was finding go-go boots that fit to her thin calves when those were the style. She and my grandmother had to hunt the entire city but did finally find some elasticized ones. Boxers always ride up, cause my hips are bigger than my waist. This is super annoying, but especially when people ask why are you sagging your pants when my pants are normal. It's my underwear being almost at my belly button. In my late 2020s I developed the skinny man gut. It's the worst of both worlds. I work out a lot also, but it can only do so much. It's all that Ben and Jerry's. It's a lot more socially acceptable to insult us. Someone makes fun of a fat person if they are intentionally being mean, or if they are friends jabbing at them. It's somehow socially acceptable for a complete stranger to call you skinny. It's somehow socially acceptable for a complete stranger to call you skinny. And to tell you to eat a cheeseburger. Like, sir, if you eating a cheeseburger doesn't make you put on 30 pounds, then what makes you think it will for me? Holy shit, this. I had an eating disorder back in high school and was constantly about 10 to 15 pounds underweight, and it showed. People would make so many insulting comments and suggestions about my weight. When I was in recovery, I was once refused service because I'd just throw it back up. Sent me spiraling hard. Body shaming is body shaming no matter the body, and it's a shitty thing to do. When you mention how you are out of shape and need to start getting back into regular exercise / running, and they just say but you're thin and in shape already. Your body size is not indicative of how in shape you are, and it goes the other way too. If you are above average in weight, just because you weigh more than the average person also doesn't mean you are out of shape. Nearly everyone can beat you in a fight because 9 times out of 10 they will just pick you up and body slam you. And when you fuck another a skinny person it sounds like you're damaging a pair of skeletons in Minecraft. This is why I only fight children.